Hello, beloved. Welcome to the channel again in another pick a card reading. Hope you are doing well and all is well with you. So today we are going to be doing a timeless pick a card reading for the month of February and what support messages you need to hear about the things that are coming towards you, the energies that are surrounding you, the collective right now. So, before we do that, let's go ahead and ground down into our intuition, into a connected space between mind, body, soul, spirit, and being. So let's just take this time to breathe in, allowing ourselves to open up to the messages that we need to hear. Exhale, letting go any fears, anxieties, worries, concerns, and allow our intuition to guide us. And guide you through your card selection. Okay, so we got 3 cards here, and take this time to hone in on your intuition, tune in to the cards or card that is calling you, pulling you, and feel free to listen to either 1 or 2 of the card messages or all 3 if you feel it's necessary to do so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the first card message. Hello, group number 1. Welcome into your reading for February, Aquarius Pisces season. Hope that you have a wonderful season and that the Venus and Pisces transit is just going to light up your world, open up doors, help you connect on a more deeper, more compassionate level. And funny enough, compassion was the card for you that came out using our Inner Compass card deck. And the question that came out for you that could be either a journal question or something for you to ponder on would be, what wisdom do you wish you had 10 years ago and why? And with compassion here, there's an opportunity to express self-compassion. Maybe this could be part of the answer to the question for you of what wisdom do you wish you had 10 years ago and why. Could be just, I'm getting like a self-loving message here for you about wanting to be kinder to yourself, wanting to forgive yourself, whether it be your divine inner child, who you were perhaps in a different chapter of life, and understanding that you have evolved. There could be this overall message of self-love, of self-appreciation during the month of February for you that is almost like a breath of fresh air. It's like where once things were broken and all the cracks the light is filtering in, and you are, especially with this card, if you see it on the screen there, you're recognizing, or could be in the month of February, recognizing that life is too short. It's too short not to see yourself as human, to see others as human, to give yourself some grace and others as well, to surround yourself with people, places, things, environments that inspire you to be more understanding, more patient, more open. And that's a wonderful, very deep and reflective message coming through for you. And what could overall, during Aquarius and Pisces season, be something that you're experiencing or expounding on. So let's go ahead and get into your card message. It says compassion. Compassion colors every human interaction. We experience it spontaneously when we hear a child cry or when we see someone suffering. Pain is a great connector. Coming from a place of compassion will determine the direction of all meetings and conversations. The core of compassion is equality. When we view the other as completely equal, we generate a beautiful interaction filled with a shared sense of humanness. Compassion is a state of mind that can be cultivated and will bring more happiness as a result. Life always gives you a choice. You can tap into feelings of anger, vengefulness, prejudice, and self-pity, or those of compassion and kindness. It is up to you. If you choose compassion, you will experience a strong sense of connection and recognition. It brings forth the realization that without man-made concepts such as religion and borders, we are fundamentally all the same. We all carry the flame of life within us. So that sounds like this February is going to be a season of reigniting your human nature, group number 1. And specifically at this time, the word self-pity is a word that I'm being directed to, hearing and honing in on right now. So maybe there was a chapter of self-loathing, of self-pity, of blaming yourself and just not being very kind or gentle with you and maybe where you find yourself, or even with your feelings and how you express them, or how you've been speaking to yourself, thinking about yourself, perceiving yourself, your identity, your place in this life, in the world. And February, as well as the universe, wants you to put an end to that cycle. It wants you to choose better for yourself, to do better for yourself, to treat you how you would treat an innocent child, an innocent party, or even just someone with less life experience. Heck, someone with more life experience even. So may you take that notion, that message, and carry it on with you throughout the month of February, this Aquarius and Pisces season. And we hope that this message has served you in some way. If it has, feel free to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and join us on our website, projectalchemy.com. Go ahead and check out that link in the description box to find the resources for you and whatever journey that you're on, group number 1. So with that, wishing you peace and blessings on your healing journey. Hello, group number 2. Welcome on in. How are you? Hope all is well with you. You're doing all right out there. How has 2023 been so far, group 2? We hope you are able to go with the flow, to release any and all judgments, especially with the cards that came out for you. So the journal question card, or even just a question for you to meditate on throughout the month, is: do you relate to the modern view of feminism? And with this, I'm actually picking up some energy about your inner divine feminine and how you express that energy. Are you open to that? Do you allow yourself to tap into that energy, to express it authentically? How do you think of that energy? Is it something that you try to suppress? Is it something that you feel ashamed of? Or do you see that as an expression of weakness to be in your feminine energy? Or is it hard for you to access that? How do you view the expression of femininity, group 2? Are you allowing yourself to go there fully, completely, without judgment? How is that showing up for you right now? Especially with the Just Be card coming out from our Inner Compass card deck for you. There's a need to allow yourself here in the month of February, during Aquarius and Pisces season, to hone in on that divine inner feminine of yours, no matter how you identify. There's a need for you to really embrace that energy, nurture it, even heal it potentially, and figure out if there are some imbalances there. Maybe you found yourself thus far, especially with the new year, kind of being more in your masculine energy, going too hard in the paint, potentially negating your inner feminine, negating to heal and attune to that side of yourself, or to even let yourself just be in that energy. It could almost, I'm getting the feeling of you don't have time for that, whatever that means to you. So think about that. And then, of course, think about your modern view of feminism and how you are relating to that and those who identify as feminines. What is your perception of that? Because there may be some judgment going on, or in the recent past here, of that kind of energy. And February is asking you to not only see that play out in others, just observe it. See it not as a good or a bad expression. Take the duality out of it and allow yourself to just experience raw feminine energy within you, within others, within the world. There's a need to not judge it so harshly, and therefore it may help you to express that energy yourself, especially if it's one that is necessary for you right now. Maybe the universe, and why this energy is coming up, is the universe may be wanting you in February to be more in your feminine energy for once. For once. not worried about taking charge and having to have a plan and thinking logically and disconnecting from your emotions and your emotional needs, or disconnect from your tenderness, the softness that you either want, need, or seek. So there may be even a call for you in the month of February to be more open. Just be open with, and fluid even, with how it is you're expressing. So maybe doing an exercise to just feel the feelings that you are feeling at a certain moment in time, given moment in time. Whatever it is that comes up for you, don't run away from it. Don't suppress it. Actually feel it. How that saying goes, right? Feel it to heal it. The only way out is through. That could be coming up for you in February. And while at some point that may have been perceived as a bad thing, the universe would like for you to open up to that, to relinquish the judgment of that being bad, of anything other than maybe what you've been taught or how you've had to survive in the world, to relinquish that. Allow yourself to be just raw, the raw human you are, which is a makeup of divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Get into that divinity. Group 2. To be in divinity is to be integrated, to be embodied. So let's go ahead and read the card message for you that came with just be. It says, let go of control. For life organizes itself better than you could ever imagine. When you surrender, you create space and flexibility. This card appears to tell you that it is perfectly fine for things to go differently than expected. All is welcome in an open space. Everything is as it should be. When you are in this space, you can make mistakes without feeling shame and remorse. If you learn from your mistakes, how bad can they really be? You have the capacity to adjust yourself to everything that comes your way. Just stay present with an open and flexible attitude. The creation of an open space with no expectations or judgments is a wonderful thing. Not only for the relationship you have with yourself, but also with others. What freedom it brings. You do not need to give advice, belittle a problem, or force your opinion. Simply by listening, you can be there for someone. Once you have found your open space, guard it with loving attention, in presence intuitively. You feel what both you and the other need. And actually, while reading your message, belittle was the word that stuck out. So you may have belittled a side of yourself, an expression of yourself, or even in the moment when you are speaking with others, you may kind of say, in your head or think quickly, and not in a negative way, just based off of how you've experienced the world or what you've been told, perhaps, to see or assign a judgment to whatever it is someone else may be expressing. So this may be a time to challenge yourself when those thoughts come up. Group number 2. Ask yourself how those thoughts came to be and follow that path. Keep going. Once you're like, okay, how did this judgment come about of whatever is being said, of whatever energy or feeling is coming up. How did that come about? How did I reach this conclusion or assign this connotation? And continue to follow that line of questioning, group number 2, because the universe wants you to know. Even your inner world can be free of boxes, group number 2. The universe wants you to know that. So I hope you take that message and do with it what you will, and may it lead to tremendous healing for you throughout the month of February, during Aquarius and Pisces season, while Venus is transiting its sign of exaltation. May it open you and open your heart, group number 2. So with that, thank you so much for being here. If you found this message to be helpful in some way, which we hope it was to you, then feel free to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us on our website at projectalchemy.com to find resources for you and your healing journey. Think about joining us on our Goal Soul Affirmations podcast to reprogram your mind, share in the positive affirmations, and in the inner healing. So, and with that, wishing you peace and blessings on your healing journey. Hello, group number 3. How are you? Hope you're doing well out there, wherever you find yourself right now, and whatever phase of life it is that you're in. Hope you are dabbling in some self-love. You're experiencing love in new and exciting ways, especially with the cards that came out for you. You got the first card being the journal question. Could be a journal question for you, or just one to meditate on throughout the month of February. And it is, what wisdom do you think children have that grown-ups forget? Ooh, kind of getting a wild spirit here for you, group number 3. Of the Fool kind of energy, this open, childlike, imaginative, innocent, open to new experiences kind of energy that February may be asking of you, especially with the card you got from our inner compass card deck being love. And if you're looking at it on the screen, you'll see that there's a little Venus sign on the card. Venus is transiting its sign of exaltation, being Pisces. So there could be some good vibes, okay, coming your way, group number 3. It could be a renewal of self-love, of self-healing, of understanding who you are at your core, what it is that you need now in life, wherever you find yourself, and being willing to honor that, to look back and understand in some of the ways or all the ways that you are learning, and it's now become wisdom for you of how maybe you betrayed yourself in the past or didn't really understand what you needed, and so you chose something else or took a different course of action or took a different path, did something maybe you wouldn't have ever thought you would do, or settled for certain opportunities and relationships and things that didn't really serve you. And now you can look back and say, oh, I'm wiser now. I now know whenever I'm experiencing love, whether it be platonic, romantic, self-focused. I know now what I need. All those things I did back then, they were teaching me that's not what I need. That's not what's best for me. And now I can go into new situations, call in new things with an understanding of what not to do, what to do, what I want to do, what I need to do, what best serves me. And the universe is asking you during the month of February, this Aquarius Pisces season, to be open to how love can show up, how loving yourself more can show up, and in turn, how being more authentic in loving relationships, how that can show up for you now as a much more in tune person, connected person, as a whole person, as a healed person, as a person healing. Because when you do the inner work and you come out on the other side with lessons learned, of course it changes you, right? Group number 3. It changes you, it changes how you show up. Especially when we go through things, we're like, ooh, that didn't feel so good. I don't ever want to experience that. Or on the flip side, I don't ever want anyone else to experience that. Where, for example, you could have been in relationships in the past that weren't on the up and up, that weren't always honest. There were secrets and manipulation or chaos. And now, let's say, because of that experience over the years, you've learned, no, you know what? When I go into connections, I want full transparency. I want honesty. That's what I need and that's what I deserve. And so if I have to over communicate, I will. And that's the end of it. Because that's what I want. That's now what I expect. That is what I'm determining is healthy for me, helpful to me, what I need to be successful, and how I want my loving relationships to be successful. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your card message that came along with love. It says, when you surrender to love, you let your heart do what it wants best. Love. Your heart desires, your heart opens, your heart aches, your heart breaks, and your heart heals. All these feelings are love. You deserve love. You are love. That could be an affirmation for you, group number 3, that you are love. You are loved. Okay? If the past has taught you that love hurts, know that estrangement or rejection caused your pain, never love itself. This card points towards a period of overflowing with love, or shows that love is coming your way. One way or another, it will hit you. It could be that a new love is already at your doorstep, or that love could suddenly manifest in an unexpected hug or by realizing your deep connection with a loved one. Real love often shows itself in the ordinary and mundane. It does not need to be big, vivacious, or perfect. It needs to be real. No matter the shape or form, there is always enough to go around for everyone and mostly yourself. In the end, it is not a matter of being in love, but of being love. And pause. I'm hearing now while reading your message, I am a being of love. So maybe that could be an affirmation for you during the month of February, group number 3. Okay, now resuming your message. It says, for you are pure love, even when you sometimes forget where to find it and how to act upon it. Love is a great mystery. Love is always there. Okay, so with this message, period of overflowing with love stood out, and I got this overwhelming sense and feeling of almost like an eat, pray, love kind of journey going on for you in the month of February, group number 3, where you are just diving deep into self-love teams, and that in turn is helping you realize how love shows up for you, understand what love really is, because we don't speak about it a lot in society, right? Of how when we are conditioned or we grow up in certain environments, we may perceive certain things as love that aren't. And it could feel like your world is just being rocked when you come to understand later in life, oh, that wasn't love. So then we have all these questions about, well, what is real love then? What is true unconditional love? How can I experience that? Whether with myself, with friends, with groups, with communities, with the small little acts that go unnoticed throughout the day, and in intimate relationships too, right? So definitely getting that sense here for you, group number 3, that February is going to be an eye-opening month for you, and it's very fitting with Valentine's Day, so maybe there's something going on for you there. It seems like this month is going to be in full bloom for you. It's going to be, wouldn't say rose-colored glasses, but more so redefining what true unconditional love means to you, especially when it comes to love of self, love of those close to you, dear to you. So we hope that you heed those messages, you embrace them, you implement them, you open yourself to fully connect with what you desire, group number 3. So with that, that's going to close out our reading, and we hope that this message has served you in some way. If it has, feel free to give this video a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And think about checking out our website, projectalchemy.com, to find the resources for you on your healing journey, as well as our Gold Soul Affirmations podcast for affirmations that you can use, you can have as a resource for you throughout the month of February and beyond. Find those links in the description box. And with that, group number 3, wishing you peace and love on your healing journey.